Morning. Good morning to everyone. Distinguished guests, media partners, of course, ET now, and my dear colleagues, very warm welcome to each one of you for the 6th edition of Vibrant Investment Voyage Conference. As I look back, our first year of Investment Voyage was held 5 years back in 2014, just before the general election. And this year too, our 6th Investment Voyage meet is being held today before the general election. There is a coincidence. At that point of time, when we look back in 2014, lots of concerns were there. We were worried about prospects going forward, filled with a lot of question mark around the VUCA world in general and particularly to India. There were rising concerns around general election outcome and political stability and macro and microeconomic drivers impacting economic growth and market volatility among many others. At that point of time, we at Aditya Mutual Fund happily embarked on the journey of creating a platform for our valued partners to discuss and make an attempt to see through the developments by inviting extremely experienced industry experts, policymakers, apart from our own team, in order to get a deeper insight on the way forward, thus helping us take an informed decision. At this juncture too, I would like to also say proudly that we as an AMC are committed to give the right input, especially during distress time, and stay in the forefront, disseminating all the information and developments that affect the investment world and handhold our customers to generate the best possible experience over a considerable period of time. It has been a great journey since the time we did our first voyage. We started up with a small gathering of about 500 participants. And this year, we have more than 2,100 participants coming from 140 locations across the country, because we still have more people walking in. We are on 550 participants who have flown from exclusively for this event from rest of Mumbai. Let me also take this opportunity to thank each one of you for your continued association and support to us all these years. Incidentally, this year, we are completing 25 years in the mutual fund industry since we began our journey in 1994. So my sincere thanks to all our valued partners and customers who has been part of this wonderful journey all these years. Over the years, the assets of mutual funds have grown leaps and bounds, has crossed the monumental milestone of 24 lakh crores. I will not be wrong if I say the mutual fund become a strong counterforce for the foreign institutional investors. While the FIs continue to pull out money, the Indian mutual funds are predominantly the largest net buyers for most parts of 2017-18 and 2018-19. Of course, in the last 6 months, India received the highest inflow among the emerging market, close to about $10 billion size. The industry has attained the big scale in the last few years, especially post-demonetization. The year 2018-19 was more of a consolidation year with a marginal drop in the overall growth momentum. I have been sharing for quite some time that the year bygone was a unique year, recalling the event of one of the biggest, the failure of global financial institutions in the year 10 years ago, and coincidentally this year even ILFS crisis exactly came around the same time in the month of September as it happened in the US 10 years back. As a result of the uncertainty surrounding one of the oldest infrastructure finance company in the country, the fear spread gradually to the NBFC market and promoter financing deals and finally developer financing. We must also remember the entire source of problem began when RBI declared a handful of banks under the prompt corrective action framework, thus stopping them from any incremental lending commitment till they discover they are adequately capitalized to do so. When these developments continued between September and December period, I could recall the infamous 2008-9 crisis led by liquidity squeeze, and all of us were at that time, and we were actually in the forefront batting for better outcome as we move forward. And post-financial collapse in the US, and there was a fear of liquidity, and credit crisis lasted for about 6 to 9 months, maybe or 12 months, and then returned to normal as the government started addressing all the issues one by one meticulously, and thereby bringing normalcy in the system. And this time too, a similar incident has happened, though one can say the current problem is of local in nature, but the fact of the matter is that necessary liquidity steps have been taken by Reserve Bank of India, and therefore the banking system actually has managed to overcome the pressure in the last 3-4 months. In the same way, equity market too went through a unique experience, and equity market performed well at the Sensex and Nifty level. However, rest of Sensex and rest of Nifty did not deliver good performance and taking a deviation from the past trend. And this was an anomaly created by a handful of stocks pulling up Sensex and Nifty returns. All of us know about those 5 names. And because of significant underperformance of small and mid cap indices and huge diversion between large and small caps, and money managers had to go through some tough time in identifying potential opportunities that can help them beat the benchmark coming from rest of Sensex and coming from rest of Nifty. Knowing very well that in the long run, market will not be driven by few stocks, we should hope to get broader market movement in the coming year in order to get the stock picking opportunities to deliver the right outcome on the portfolio. I am sure today's various insightful sessions will allay my observations, any potential concerns of yours which will help you draw the right perspective for the way forward. With all these ongoing ups and downs, Indian mutual fund industry continued to focus on growing the retail and SIP book. The retail asset base in the industry has crossed 10 lakh crore. Monthly SIP book crossed 8,000 crores mark with almost about 2.6 crores live SIPs. And the overall industry folio count of the industry has crossed 8 crores. While all this growth is tremendous, the potential of the industry is still largely untapped. And it appears to me that we have just scratched the surface in tapping the full potential of the industry. With the continuous change in the regulatory environment, and what has remained unchanged is the growth potential and untapped opportunity that remains in abundant opportunity that still prevails. Currently, less than 2% of the Indian population invest in mutual funds. And secondly, the asset base of the Indian mutual fund industry constitute a meager 20% of the overall banking deposit base. Of the 120 lakh crore of the banking deposit base, I must also highlight that 60% to 60% of the assets, 60% of the bank deposits, or 70 lakh crores of the bank deposits still lies in fixed deposits. And selling traditional, simple fixed income schemes to large banking customers would also be a great opportunity for increasing the customer base and also the revenue stream of our advisors as well as the AMCs. Therefore, for the largest success of all stakeholders in the industry, it will be critical to drive the business growth, mainly focusing on 2 parameters: the number of customers being added to the industry, which all of us have to keep counting how many customers we keep adding, offering products that has high relevance for the customers in their portfolio through the right asset mix coming from both equity and debt category. It cannot be just only one, it has to be both. When I look back in the last 6 years, we have grown holistically as a Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, not only in terms of assets under management, but also in terms of customers and market expansion. We have progressed on building various digital assets exclusively for our distributors as well. In the next few minutes, let me give some brief highlights as to how our asset base has grown since the first year of Voyage 2014. Our overall assets under management has gone up 3 times from 86,000 crores to 2,47,000 crores, giving an absolute growth of about 188%. Our debt average assets have grown from 110% in absolute terms to reach a size of about 1,55,000 crores. I am also delighted to share that our equity assets under management has gone up 7 times from 12,000 crores to about 92,000 crores, absolute growth of 664%. As a result of this, our equity AUM now stands about 37% of our total assets under management. Let me also mention that almost 35% of the equity AUM is coming from SIP's book alone. We also witnessed significant growth in our flagship funds in each category, thus making our growth more widespread and sustainable. I am proud to share with you that we have around 11 funds which has crossed $1 billion size. $1 billion now is close to about 7,000 crores plus, of which 4 equity-oriented funds and 7 are debt funds. Our strategy of creating leadership funds in each of the category is working well, and we are continuously working on to improve that further. Let me also add here that as per the new SEBI circular, funds with the big size comes with the lower expenses. Now it's very easy to calculate. The bigger the size, lower the expenses, thus benefiting the end investors. Regulators also thinking on the lines of giving economies of scale benefit to investors instead of giving benefit to you as the distributors and we as a manufacturer. We as a fund house have been keeping high focus on building our size with the retail customer base while building our equity mix in the overall assets under management. In the current year, we are not only building our assets further, we are also focusing on solution-based approach in categorizing our products under the 4 solution bucket. We have now categorized all our funds in 4 solution bucket in the name of saving solution, which is nothing but liquid fund, The income solution which is nothing but selling the fixed income product. A wealth solution is nothing but an equity product. And tax solution which is nothing but of course providing an alpha to the investors through the tax consideration. And these four solutions further get support from value-added products such as SIP and CSIP, STP and SWP and other products. And CSIP is one at Aditya Mutual Fund have been advocating to investors quite aggressively as one of the value-added product to our customers. Going forward, I am sure the industry too will move in this direction, provide solutions-based products, mapping all their needs and therefore the solution being provided. In consistent with our rich Indian heritage and culture, we also uniquely mapped all our dividends that we give monthly and so on and so forth to various festivals, including national festivals in the country. That's the way we map internally. In our offshore venture, which of course we as Balasubramanian company have got an aspiration to serve the global investors who are investing in India, which now completes 8 years. We have presence in Dubai, Singapore, Australia, Mauritius, and Canada, and North America. Have built a size of more than $3 billion in offshore funds through various product offering. We recently won an additional mandate from one of the largest sovereign funds in the world. After seeing this huge scale and growth in the last 6 years, now let me highlight what has led to this kind of growth and highlight some of our key initiatives that we undertook. Our strategy around 3 Ps, people, performance and process. I am also adding to that another 2 Ps which I learned from our own Sun Life partner, which is nothing but a philosophy and a product, and supported by 3 Cs, namely clarity, commitment and consistency with the clear motto of making it a win-win-win for all of us. Win for investors, win for distributors and win for AMC. And for this has led to actually a tremendous growth in terms of having a high commitment towards these 3 Ps and 3 Cs while managing the money of investors. With a continuous endeavor to increase our geographical footprints and expansion, we have deepened our reach through various modes of presence such as our own branches, hub and spoke model branches, and also the emerging market channels. In 2014, we were present in about 96 locations. Currently, we are present in 320 locations. Some of our own branches, some of our spoke locations, some of our emerging market single-man branches. Our customer full use additions have also been very encouraging, with active full use crossing 70 lakhs. And happy to share that this year alone we added more than 10 lakh full use in the year 2018-19. Yet another strategy around the continuous engagement with the partners has improved our mind share. Some of the key engagement programs, which I call it as a E ratio, which is nothing but engagement and encouragement, and both are essential for the successful journey. And many programs that we have done, which I am sure many of you would have participated, which are as follows. Regular investors education programs, where we have done around 4,350 events, training more than 2.8 lakh people in the last 6 years. The Nivesh Mahakumbh, which is one of the, we call it as a big format investor education program, unique to us and making investor education initiatives a grand event for us. Apart from these, we also had many distributors development programs in many markets. In the last few years, we have done about 2,129 distributors training events, reaching around about 1 lakh distributors participants. And the regional investment voyage were also conducted in the last 3-4 years in order to disseminate information at the regional market and make your knowledge more richer. Apart from this, we have been successfully running one of the finest loyalty club. I am sure all of you would be a member of that. And we were not only the pioneers in the industry who launched such a loyalty club, but we also made these club members as our extended family at Aditya AMC for the following reasons. We have more than 18,000 IFAs and their family members covered under the Mediclaim Benefit of Privilege Club. Since inception, we have awarded around 1,000 scholarships to our IFAs children. Around 4,700 IFAs are registered in our unique creative benefit, that is a golden age plan. And currently, the total retirement corpus is around 174 crores. I'm also happy to share that around 200 IFAs are contributing more than 100% of their monthly brokerage to a gap. And 600 IFAs completed their management development programs, which and the MDPs from the premium institutions in the country, such as IIM, such as ISB. In order to further step up our engagement with the distributors, we have an in-house team to manage a complete distributor life cycle management called Sampark, which also takes care of the one-click empowerment of new IFAs who get onboarded through AMFI. And this year we also launched in-house distributor servicing call center team called PPD, which is nothing but a partners priority desk, which caters to all servicing needs of distributors in each of the regions, each of the zones. As the world is moving in the digital direction, we too have evolved and have launched exclusive Aditya Sun Life Mutual Fund partner app and a partner portal, which acts as one-stop solution to all our needs. Apart from this, we are continuously engaging through co-branded collaterals and videos, air-on hardcode links, pre-filled forms in our endeavor to support our partners in helping them increase the customer reach. As I always say, our primary motto is to make your journey easy and make your job easy. All of these various initiatives of ours has resulted in winning few awards and recognitions from the external reputed agencies, both for our investment management capability and for our presence in asset management industry and helping the industry to grow. We won the most coveted Best Fund House of the Year from both Morningstar and Money Control's Wealth Creators Award, which stands as the testimony for our past consistent performance and various initiatives. The same way, we also had the maximum number of funds, both in debt and equity, part of the value research 5-star and 4 stars, which also confirms that how consistently we are performing, not just 1 year, on a 3-year and 5-year, on the longer period basis. The 5-star ranking is always given for the long-term performance. Our perception ranking in the eyes of our partners kept improving each year, which is reflected in the Wealth Forum Distributor Survey, where Aditya Sun Life has moved up from 5th place straight to rank 1 in both investor education and distributor development training programs. We also been awarded as a Great Place to Work by the Great Place to Work organization, which reflects our employees' affiliation towards the workplace and its culture. I must also mention that this award has been won and acknowledged while competing against many other leading financial institutions in the country. Our Privilege Club has won 2 major awards in 12th Annual Customer Loyalty Awards in Mumbai, the Best Channel Loyalty Program, and Champions of Champions Awards. In fact, we are the first B2B program to be awarded the most coveted Champions of Champions Award in 12 years. I am happy to say that our Voyage has become a prestigious event in the financial market. And this year too, we were debating, should we do now or should we do it post-election? We said we must keep the tradition of doing in the month of April, which is of course all the New Years are beginning this time. And at the same time, it comes actually coincidentally before the election. When the uncertainty is there, that's the best time to actually engage. When the certainty is there, there may not be the right time to get engaged. And that's the way the 2019 Voyage is being conducted. Let us just have a look at the past 6 years of journey, of memorable journey in the form of Navy.
Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund presents Voyage, the 6th edition, where visionaries from all over India come together to reveal the course for the ship of tomorrow towards an extraordinary future. A premium get-together of economic development and change. Where skillful captains like union ministers, CEOs, and heads of research collaborate to explore the uncharted waters of growth and challenges. Voyage has come full circle. The first voyage was undertaken at the cusp of the latest general elections in 2014. And now, once again, it is taking place at a similar time, wherein India is on the cusp of a new phase in its drive towards growth. Voyage has completed 5 years of success and has always been pivotal in sharing the thoughts of experts and industry leaders. In these 5 years, we have tripled our overall AUM and multiplied our equity AUM by 7 times. Voyage has been instrumental in empowering our partners, institutional investors, and individuals to make effective decisions considering the speed at which times are changing in the world's fastest growing economy. In the 5th edition itself, we witnessed over 2,000 participants for more than 150 locations. Voyage has continuously reinforced the importance of expert guidance to navigate the markets and explore various opportunities for success. we at Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund proudly present the 6th edition of Voyage.
So you would have seen how the journey of last 6 years have been and kind of views that we have got exchanged. I'm sure today also we'll see a similar kind of the trend. Fortunately, some of our predictions have come true. Obviously, some of the predictions have not even come true. So always for every plus there is a minus. As we move to the new financial year, and 2019-20 seems to be different, with both Sensex and Nifty touching all-time high. It also seems to be getting into a new orbit with rising expectations on the political outcome. I also feel that this year ahead is going to be filled with lots of news. As always happens, many unknown variables that can drive the sentiment towards investing world, in particular to financial service sectors and mutual funds. Having said that, I also believe the market seems to have factored in the higher probability of the current government getting re-elected, and therefore thereby putting an end to the ambiguity around general election outcome. And I hope it happens like that. I am sure post the general election there will be a higher focus on taking the Indian economy to a completely new level to give the color of developed economy. That's why the theme that we have designed is when, how fast India will become $5 trillion economy. And personally, I am bullish on the ultimate benefit of the GST and IBC, which is Indian Bankruptcy Code, that can really unlock its potential in adding greater value to the economy. As I speak today, interestingly, I was seeing in Economic Times, giving a full details about the how IBC has worked so far. Very detailed analysis has been done. The analysis has been done in ET magazine, ET paper today. While GST is the most powerful tax reforms, it's just a 2-year-old baby and has not seen cycles yet. However, GST Council has constantly looked at ways and means of course correction in order to get the right impact, as we all normally do any business plans. I also personally feel that GST collections will improve substantially once the sellers of goods or the services stop asking one simple question, "Aapka bill ka saath chahiye or bina bill chahiye goods?" The moment all of us feel that paying GST is the duty of all of us, when we buy goods and services, I'm sure GST collections can go up quite significantly. The moment you stop this and consider GST as a duty, I'm sure we will see a significant improvement in our numbers. Obviously, consumers and citizens of the country play a vital role in making GST a grand success, apart from the government push. And second, since the time IBC was introduced, there has been a complete change in the credit resolution mechanism as well as credit culture. First time in the country, promoters of companies who struggle to repay their borrowing are beginning to lose their companies that they built over the years, thus improving the banking systems towards credit growth and also the needy audience. As I emphasized in the previous year, I personally feel that we are building an economy which is getting future ready. The two bold reforms such as GST and IBC will surely help in building the next leap of growth and help achieve a $5 trillion economy soon. One of the big advantages of $5 trillion economy is that, as we all know, that market cap is linked to the size of the economy. If India becomes $5 trillion economy, the market cap has to become $5 trillion market cap. Therefore, the next 5-6 years, the census also has to be reflecting the $5 trillion economy in terms of number going up. That's the beauty of the $5 trillion economy, that's the linkage. I'm sure Manish and Mahesh will speak more in detail on the global and local economy front and how we wish to navigate the way ahead. And today's conference will give you more insights around a strong and vibrant economy. As every year, this year too, we have a leading opinion makers, Mr. Gurumurthy. Of course, all of you will see him in a while. And global market experts, Mr. Timothy Moo, who will be addressing global macros and markets. We also have Mr. Ajay Srinivasan, my own boss, CEO of Aditya Birla Capital, to share his views on his views on $5 trillion economy. We also have two industry-specific discussion, that is one on the consumer and retail and energy sectors and industrial capital goods sectors, apart from other interesting topics and panel discussion. And this has been chosen because consumer theme remains constant for our country. Oil has been influencing most of the decisions in the country. At all point of time, we being one of the highest importer of oil, therefore we also kept an exclusive session only on oil and commodities. All the speakers are practitioners who have huge expertise in their respective field. I am sure the discussion will be very interesting and helpful in building our next business plan, business growth. I also extend compliments to ET Now, who are our media partner, and a special thanks to Nikunj Dalmia, who is a big advocate of Indian mutual fund industry. He is the man who came into the mutual industry promotion and promoting SIPs, and he has been a great support in framing the flow of our conference. I would like to end by saying we remain humble and stay committed to build our business with wonderful partners like you. Let me conclude with a quote: in the middle of difficulties, there always lies an opportunity. I am sure in the current time, we will find where the opportunity lies and draw a roadmap for ourselves. Thank you.